can we help toward home disability modifications? And yes, that is absolutely one of many things that we can help our community fundraise toward. Like I said, our list is really infinite at this point, as long as we can link it back to the individual's condition. Sometimes we might ask the individual to provide a note of necessity from a PT or a physician if it's something we haven't heard of before. But home modifications is absolutely something we can help individuals fundraise toward. So the second question is, who in the disability community are you targeting? Are the options you'll be discussing include options and answers for individuals on Medicaid, Medicare, income, and have restrictions due to their state's policies that have restrictions that will immediately deny services and income? So we, as Help Hope Live, assist anyone living with a major medical condition, from those needing life-saving organ transplants to those with catastrophic injuries to catastrophic illnesses. So spinal cord injury, traumatic brain injury, and all types of illnesses from CP, MS, muscular dystrophy. The list, unfortunately, just continues. And as I've mentioned, the way that Help Hope Live functions, since you are fundraising for Help Hope Live in your honor, the funds are Help Hope Live assets. And so therefore they should not affect the individual's asset-based benefits or become family income to them, any taxable income. So we do our best to make that, safeguard the individual as best as possible. We have been around for just over 40 years working in this manner. So it does work this way, that how we are able to safeguard the individual. All of the funds are held in regionally restricted accounts in honor of the individual, and then we pay your bills out of those regionally restricted accounts. Number 3 is there funding to help with rentals only? What is the cost for someone to write and or submit grants on their behalf? So as far as the rental question, we can help you fundraise toward renting a car if you need to rent an accessible vehicle to be able to get back and forth to medical appointments, or if you're traveling and need to rent an accessible vehicle. That is something we can help you fundraise toward. Absolutely. As far as the cost of someone writing or submitting grants on their behalf, we, as Help Hope Live, we aren't here to write grants on your behalf, but we can sometimes direct you if there are grant opportunities available to you, and maybe your community can help you apply for those grants. But we are here to help you fundraise in your community, and then we will use those funds to help with those expenses. The next question is someone who is looking to fundraise for twins, 18-year-old boys with SMA. And can you get funding only for a person or for a vehicle? So this is something that we've actually encountered, where we have individuals come to us, families that come to us that have 2 or more individuals in their family with similar conditions and want to start fundraising. We can set up a campaign for 2 people if you would like. And that's where we always will advise, especially if they are 18-year-olds, if they can make their own decisions and can have a say in it. If they want to fundraise together and are willing to share the funds that come in their honor, we can absolutely set up a campaign in their honor in both of their names. And then the campaign and those funds that are raised in their honor go toward all of their medical expenses, the van just being one of them. If in your eyes you're fundraising for a van, but all of a sudden tomorrow you need a new wheelchair, we're not here to say that, oh no, you were fundraising for a van, you can't get that new wheelchair. We're here to say, absolutely, get what you need first. It's up to you to figure out how you want to use those funds that you're raising. We just restrict it by condition, and as long as the expense is related to that condition. But we absolutely can help 2 individuals that have similar conditions. And the next question is, are you able to help a nonprofit entity with a grant to pay for a mobility equipment? So we've come across this a lot, where nonprofits do ask us if we would be able to help them. We aren't generally able to do this just because another nonprofit already has their 501c3 fundraising status. It wouldn't necessarily make sense for us to then help a nonprofit fundraise, but we can help the individuals that they might be servicing. We can help their individuals and their community fundraise. But usually with nonprofits, we would advise them, since they already have their 501c3, they could go ahead and receive tax deductible donations already. And we certainly can talk to them and see if we can advise them in one way or another. But it makes sense mostly for donations to already go through their charity. And last but not least is, are there income limits? So with what we do, like I said, we've been around for just over 40 years. We do have, as part of the application, some financial information. And I will say we go off the federal poverty level. So for the injury and illness community, we gather household income and it goes off of 14 times the federal poverty level for the injury and illness community. So as long as that household level is not over 14 times that federal poverty level, we almost, and then even at that, we can appeal and try to see the fuller picture. We have maybe turned away in our 40 years less than 5 people because they made too much money. We fully understand that even a well-off family, if they all of a sudden are faced with a spinal cord injury or a major illness, they're looking at almost $1 million a year right off the bat. So we are not looking to turn people away if we don't have to.